This is fun. Very fun. I'm feeling that gratitude, and I just wanted a little help with something you said about, well, many of us in this room, in terms of purpose, are wanting to make the world a better place. And yet the true purpose is really to find our own joy and expand on that joy.
Because that does make the world a better place.
Yes, so I just was wanting a little help in
They all go
aligning
together,
that.
don't they? It all goes together. In other words, you want to make the world a better place, and so you find your better place and radiate your better place, and then the world is benefited by the better place that you've found.
And that's like the family of teachers. That
Our friend offered just now the word gratitude, and so did you. And we like to playfully say to you that in gratitude, there's often a little resistance because there's the feeling of what you've overcome. Where in appreciation, there's just true alignment with all that you are. And then you spoke to that. In other words, you used the word gratitude because it was a very good vibrational representation of what you were feeling. Because now, then you went right into wanting to make the world a better place. Meaning there, and in wanting to make the world a better place, there is attention to the world that could improve or to the world that could be fixed. And we want to remind all of you that you can't exactly get there from there. It's the first step. It's the knowing what I don't want, which helps you to know what you do want. But by moving into appreciation, by reaching for the emotion of appreciation. We've been talking about emotions, and we've been talking about the language of emotion. We've been talking about this emotional grid. And we would like to say that in reaching for the emotion of appreciation, which is a pretty easy emotion to find in an environment like most of you are living in, where the sun comes up every morning and the water moves around your planet and the seeds continue to germinate and the food continues to grow and the babies continue to be born and life continues to go on and the planet continues to spin in its orbit, and there is so much beauty in nature and in humans and in everything if you're looking for it. So in that decision to build an emotional grid, and in the deciding to reach for the emotion of appreciation as often as you can you see how not only do you keep getting new starting points that equal your point of attraction, but in that process you cannot help but fulfill the goal that you just identified here, is that you do make the world a better place. Appreciation just perpetuates more. The word itself, even in a financial setting, means adding unto that which is. It is appreciating, it is becoming more of that which it is, you see. Good. Really good.
Wonderful. That's what I was sent here to do, was to ask for that rampage of appreciation for the last 2 days and for the grid.
All
and
right,
the beasts and the...
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So in the most general of terms, because I don't have to get specific, especially in the beginning of this, I acknowledge that there is value in all that I am. I came here with reason and value, and I've been finding my way in it along the way as I've been going. And the contrast has helped me to define who I am. And I sort of kind of like who I've become. The contrast has defined me. And I know that there is more that has been defined than I have been able to figure out how to allow. And I'm eager in discovering how to allow more fully who I really am. When I think about becoming more, sometimes I acknowledge that I'm not complete, or I'm not fulfilled, and there's a sort of lackful vibration in that I know is not serving me. And I appreciate the emotional guidance I get when I feel that, because I get a little empty feeling whenever I strive for improvement. And I can feel that there's something in the recognizing that striving for improvement is not a necessary thing, because evolution and expansion is the most natural thing in the universe. I can't cease expanding. And so I don't need to make improvement or expansion my goal because I can't stop it no matter what. So now I'm realizing that my work all along has been in the recognition that I've already expanded, and now I'm working on allowing that expansion to be revealed to me in more and more and more ways. And I am certain that the path to that for me here and now, and we're speaking without exception to every one of you who's here in this room, the path to me for that here and now, at this level of understanding, at this place of evolution, at this progress of what I put into my vortex, at this understanding of who I am, at this emotional basis of what I'm feeling, I now get it that appreciation is my final key to not only discovering the fullness of who I am, but to maintaining the fullness of who I am, and to uplifting in the only way that I can teach, which is the power of my own example, that to others. And so I figure that since appreciation is the key, and since there is so much around to appreciate, and since I am a teacher to the very core of my being, and since I want to uplift others, that this decision to just appreciate everywhere I go and everyone I see and everything I do about me or about others must surely be not only the easiest thing that I've ever done, but the most progressive thing that I've ever done, the most productive thing that I've ever done, the most effective thing that I've ever done. How is it possible that the easiest thing for me to do is also the most effective thing for me to do? I'm finally understanding that there's no price to pay, that it is about ease. It is so easy to see the face of the beautiful woman who was in the chair just now, who was just feeling appreciation. I love her so much. I love each and every, we're speaking from your vantage point, each and every person who sat in the chair and just picked and picked and picked and picked at another piece and another piece and another piece, who provided for me and for others who share this moment in time the most expansive leading edge conversation that anyone has ever had with anyone and all that has ever been from the beginning of time. It is so exhilarating to be out here on the leading edge, knowing who I am, feeling the fullness of that which I am in this moment and sharing it with others who are feeling it too. Appreciation isn't even a big enough word. There are no words to describe the fulfillment that I feel. And now I'm beginning to understand that appreciation in its verbal form is only words that don't really matter. It's the feeling within me that I've been going for all along. And I can't really separate or distinguish the difference between appreciation in its purest form and love in its purest form and worthiness in its purest form and clarity in its purest form and exhilaration in its purest form and passion in its purest form. I so adore being tuned in, tapped in, turned on, allowing the fullness of who I am to be present in this moment in time for the advantage that it provides for me and for the advantage that it gives to everyone who has the benefit of getting to lay eyes on me. I love this life experience. I love coming forth into this time-space reality. I love the source energy from which I come. I love knowing that source is aware of me. I love knowing that source is wanting and is right out here on the leading edge with me. I love knowing that I have access to that. I love knowing that I can, in any moment in time, in my powerful now, see my world through the eyes of source. And I now understand that appreciation in its purest form is me just having worked myself into a vibrational place where source is looking through me at someone or something. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. And after all, we've discovered we don't need words anyway, do we? Because we have the language of vibration. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain blissfully and eternally right along with you in the vortex.
My life is really very good. I know I have this huge vibrational escrow down the road. Is it as well? I mean, is enjoying the trip, and if I never get there, it's okay because my life is really fantastic. And it's...
But you see, there's contradiction in that. And
okay.
We know you think that's what we're trying to say to you, but it isn't.
Okay.
We're not saying to you, what you want is out there teasing you into a good life. That's not our point. We're saying what you want is out there. It's there. It's real. You see, we have the advantage of having known the vision of this planet before the planet existed. So we know how thought precedes form. So we have no problem whatsoever understanding how the thought and imagery that you have about any creation will one day and one day soon be form. We have no problem with the gap between the giving birth of it through thought and the realization of it. We know that if this time-space reality out here on the leading edge of all creation has the ability to inspire a tangible result from you, that it has the ability to deliver it to you, you see. So we're not encouraging you to just think happy thoughts so that you'll be content in the absence of what you really want in terms of manifestation. We're teaching you to have happy thoughts because that's the path to all of the manifestation that you want. But you're right, we are teaching you to have the happy thoughts without the manifestation. You see, this all is part of this mindset where humans in their comparison and in their determination to see themselves as unworthy or subservient in some way have come to the conclusion that there is a price to pay for everything. And we'll go along with that to this extent. The price to pay is the price of alignment. But the price of alignment is the absence of resistance. So the price that you're paying is ease, not struggle. And once you get that squared away in your mind, we would like to just zap all of you with this understanding that you are surrounded by this nucleus, by this soup of well-being and love and prosperity and well-being. And here you stand within it with armor around you, not letting it in. Armor that you picked up in kindergarten, armor that you picked up from your mother, armor that you picked up from your friends. In other words, you're not letting it in because you've convinced yourself that you are unworthy or that you weren't good enough or that you should have done something different or that you haven't paid a big enough price for that or that you haven't jumped through the hoops in the right way for that or that you don't have the right education, that you weren't born under the right star or at the right time, to the right person, to the right culture, in the right religion, in the whatever. In other words, it's crazy what you make up about all of this. And so here's this soup of well-being that is surrounding you that would penetrate every fiber of your beingness to give you anything that you want, and to the degree that you are allowing it, you are letting it in. That's why Jesus said, it is the meek who will inherit the earth. That meekness meaning that non-resisted, that allowing, that free feeling, that light-hearted, not the angry, not the determined, not the challenged, not the disciplined, the meek, the allowing, the understanding, the blessed, the accepting of the well-being.